What is going on, everybody? The Yankees swept. The Yankees swept. Make sure you all hit that like button. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. Share this out with anybody you know. Wow, what a series. That was a great series played by the Yankees. Great performance all around. I mean, everybody contributed. And we're gonna talk about it, right? The Yankees won 5-0. Clark Schmidt pitched an excellent game. We're going to talk about Clark Schmidt. He's been looking good as of late. So, let's go, man. Shout out to the chat. Hopefully everybody's in a good mood. It's always a good day when the Yankees win. Fans are in a better mood. Gotta love it. Gotta love it. So shout out to the chat. Spinning Mantis, what is going on? How are you? Stephen B, that's right, man. Yankees win. What's going on? Sunil, what's up? Schmidt was definitely great. Jared Williams, what's up, man? It was good to see you on the open panel today, man. It was great to see you on there. Yo. What's up there? Nosebleed section. It was good to see you this morning. Yeah, great series for the Yankees. I mean, I'll get those brooms out. Make sure you start sweeping the floors. Get the brooms out. So, gotta love it, man. Yeah, what a game for Schmidt. Yeah, I know. Bench Soto, bring up Dominguez, right? Yeah, that's what people are gonna start saying now since Soto's like somewhat slumping. Whatever. Look, speaking of Dominguez, it is worth mentioning. Once he completes his rehab assignment, he's gonna start at AAA apparently. All right, and DJ LeMahieu is gonna have his rehab games as well. Also worth mentioning, Jack Curry was talking with Hal Steinbrenner about Juan Soto, and Hal is not ruling out having talks with Juan Soto during the season about signing him. So I think that would be awesome if something like that were to happen. All right, and apparently Scott Boras was asked about it, and he says that he has no problems. Like it's not in the exact words, but he's had a good relationship with the Yankees, right? And I'll pull up the quote here actually, so I could read it off to you all. But it's just exciting news in Yankee land. I don't think any of us have been this excited. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, 30-15, first AL team to 30 wins there, Jared. Absolutely. So Hal Steinbrenner saying he wants Soto to be a Yankee for life and raised an idea of talking this season. He reached out to Scott Boras. Always happy to talk with Hal. Juan is getting to know the Yankee organization. Yeah, and that is Juan Soto's goal, is to win. That's what he wants to do. He just wants to win. He lets Scott Boras handle all of it. So Boras and the Yankees, historically, they've always had a good relationship. So I will take it. All right, and yeah, I'm looking forward to it. If the Yankees were to sign Juan Soto during the season, man, I know myself included, all of us Yankees fans would be ecstatic. But shout out to the chat. Pitch time number series. Yeah, 1 earned run over 27 innings pitched for the pitching overall. Yeah, ERA of 0.33, 26 scoreless innings pitched so far. I mean, White Sox are going to come into town, right? We'll see what the Yankees do against the White Sox. The White Sox have been playing well as of late, right? I don't want to say that we're gonna sweep them. I mean, I said the same thing about the Twins, but the Yankees made light work of that. I was very happy with their performance. So great job to the Yankees. Everybody was great all around, except for Trent Grisham. So, but that's Trent Grisham. It's all right. I'm not going to be negative. Dev Finch, what's up, man? What's going on? How you doing, Dev? Yeah, 14-1 in this series. Yo, you cannot go wrong. You cannot go wrong with that. I'll take that all day, every day. Hey, Jacob Petruzzi, what's up, man? How's it going? Yeah, I did see the Jack Curry tweet. We were just talking about it. That's encouraging. So I'm happy to see that news. Hopefully, hopefully something comes of it. We'll see. We'll see. And Yankees are just going to keep rolling with the punches. They're going to play the Chicago White Sox next in the Bronx. So the Yankees are going to go back to the Bronx after Chicago. Seattle comes to town for a 4-game series. So that'll be an interesting series. The Yankees are just going to continue, plugging away. I think after that Seattle series, that's when they start their West Coast trip. But MVP of the series was Judge. Yeah, that guy was a doubles machine. He was just hitting nothing but doubles, man. Aaron Judge has been on fire in the month of May. Prior to today's game, he was hitting 378 in the month of May with 12 extra base hits. So that average has shot up. He's been on a roll. Daniel Berry, Sports Highlights. What's going on? Make sure you all subscribe to Daniel Berry. He does good work over there. You're saying Yankees Dodgers World Series. A lot of people are, but we'll see. We'll see. But Borat Otani, now that's funny. Very nice show. Big fan from Kazakhstan. Oh man, this is a funny name. Oh God. 4 doubles would have been perfect out of Yankee Stadium. Oh my God, yeah. Would have been out at Yankee Stadium. Absolutely. Yeah, I mean Target Field is huge, so I mean they're much bigger. But you know what? I'll take doubles. I'll take doubles all day, right? But how do you all feel about? I never wanted to bench Judge. I just said to rest him. There are other people who wanted to bench him altogether or send him back down to the minors, or writing him off, saying that 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 Judge is washed and it's Juan Soto's team now. He's the captain. Other fans were saying that. I was saying to bench him to just give him rest, not bench him permanently. Correction there, good sir. Yep, 119 and 44. Yeah, they own the Twins. They have the Twins number. Yeah, the Yankees have been excellent against the Minnesota Twins. So I'll take the sweep. I will take the sweep. I would have been happy with 2 out of 3, but a sweep, I love it. Charles Barkley, what's up? Clark Kent, that's right, man. Clark Kent. Yeah, listen, look, I wasn't too worried either, Jared. Definitely, I wasn't worried. I wasn't too worried. I was a little worried for him. He started off with this bad slump, but I knew he was going to turn it around eventually. All right, so I knew he was going to turn it around, and he was going to be fine, right? And you're seeing that right now. He's hitting extremely well. Yes, sir. Anytime, Ken. I got you, man. I want to make sure that you and I were seen eye to eye and you don't misunderstand me. And I'm not a fair weather fan, but I did agree with your last statement about benching Dominguez benching Judge for Dominguez. So kidding, totally kidding on that. So Dominguez should be brought up to bench. Yeah, look, listen, he's going to get a lot of playing time in the minor leagues. The Yankees aren't going to rush him back, all right? Unless some freak injury happens, then, yeah, that could be a possibility, all right? Again, Yankees have a lot of options. It'll be interesting to see what they do. The most that I'm interested in is who are they going to send to the bullpen when Garrett Cole comes back. And yes, I know we beat that a million times, right? We'll see. Yeah, Barry. I know he only had 30 at bats during spring training. Look, if we're in the month of May, if he was still, hitting in the 100s, I'd still be a little concerned, but not overly concerned. If it got into June and he was still slumping, all right, there's some questions like what is going on. But it's not the case, so I'll take it. Yeah, I know. That's what I thought too. I thought Volpe's home run was going to be a double. I thought they were going to rule that a double because the fan reached over, but they didn't rule it a double. I mean, it's not like that guy. It's not like that guy was going to make the play anyway. So, what's up, Moshe Goodman, Judge, Torres, Trevino, Volpe? Yeah, keep them. Yeah, we'll keep the momentum going. Or yeah, they're the hot ones of the team, no doubt, no doubt. I mean, they've been killing it right now. Yeah, a little bit. So you're saying Hill goes to the bullpen? Some people feel that way. Yeah, I know. You said Nestor. I've said Nestor. Yeah, Poteet and Warren to spot start. I mean, again, the Yankees have, some things to think about. They got some choices to make, but these are all great things to think about. So, we're gonna see what happens. What's up, Jake? How's it going? Anything we get from the bonus next year is a showtime for him. We either need to use him or trade him, and I don't see any. I don't see it either, man. I don't see it either. I don't see the Yankees trading him. I don't see the Yankees trading him or Spencer Jones. I don't see it. So, Roma, which is why I was okay. Yeah, that's, and I know what you're saying. That nosebleed section. That's why I thought it was going to be ruled a double, but it is what it is. Yeah, I did see that, Jonathan. That's your prediction, Ken? I mean, it's not a bad prediction. I wouldn't. I don't think I would complain about the Yankees going after Tanner Scott. I think that would be good. Nestor Cortes, number one player. Oh man, but yeah, you gotta love what the Yankees did this series. I mean, honestly, like I really thought the Twins were gonna win at least one out of the three, if I'm being honest. But the Yankees, they won 2 out of 3 yesterday. I was happy, and I felt that with Clark Schmidt on the mound, I'm like, these guys should be able to sweep, and they did. And how about Clark Schmidt, guys? Pitched 8 innings, gave up 3 hits, no earned runs, no ball, had 8 strikeouts. I mean, what do you guys think of his performance? Definitely. Let me know what you all think about Clark Schmidt's performance. How do you all feel about Clark Schmidt? There was a lot of question marks about about this rotation, right? I mean, especially with Clark Schmidt, there was a lot of fans who didn't have a lot of confidence in him, but he pitched an amazing game. He pitched a great game, fantastic. Yeah, Charles Barkley. Yeah, his slider was the best it's ever looked. I mean, he was attacking Minnesota big time at the plate. So kudos to Clark Schmidt for a great game. And what more can you say about Clark Schmidt? But again, he's 5-1 now, right? He's 5-1 now. I know his ERA is certainly down, especially after today's performance. I mean, what again? Like, I have zero complaints about Clark Schmidt. He's been just absolutely destroying it out there on the mound. So he found his groove, and you got to give credit to Matt Blake, and you definitely got to give credit to Garrett Cole too. I mean, Garrett Cole's been a voice in Clark Schmidt's ear, and you see Garrett Cole helping out Luis Hill too. So he's trying to be that role model, be that pitching coach in a way, right? He's not. I know he's not the pitching coach, but you know what I'm saying. So Clark Schmidt's ERA now is down to 2.49. So I can't complain about that. Yeah, I can't complain about that ERA. Yeah, he's definitely proving that he should stay in the rotation. And Sunil, as far as your Cortes and Mats exchange, you're gonna wait a while there, bro. That's all I'm gonna. That's my answer to that. Yes, few needs are a solid left-handed reliever. A fire sale in Miami is about to commence. They already are. Yeah, I know. Yeah, they have already said that they're not going to make the playoffs. Right? It was either the GM or the president of baseball who said that that they're not going to make the playoffs. So yeah, you can expect them to start selling some of their players. It'll be interesting to see what happens. So Bobby Malone, the Twins were one of the hottest teams in the last 3 weeks. Just got swept. Yeah, it. And the Twins were a hot team, hence the reason why I was saying they could take one, but they didn't. Yeah, 2.49. That's just ace level right there. Clark, that is absolutely key. Yes, absolutely key. Yeah, great ERA. Hey, Consigliere Joel. What's up, Joel? Welcome to the post game. How do you feel about this victory, Joel? How do you feel about the series? Let me know. Li, what's up, Li? How you doing, Li? What's up? What's up? Line up. That's right. Yeah, you're absolutely right. And I know for a fact that he's able to go deeper in games. I know for a fact he could go deeper in games, and I'm glad he went deep today. So I'm glad to see it. And no matter how good the Twins are, yeah, Yankees will forever own them. Twins won 17 to 20 games coming into the series. Yep. Cold Italian pizza. How you doing? Get those brooms out. What's up, man? How are you? How you feeling about this win? I don't hear anybody talking about it. I was never really on the side of wanting to trade Schmidt personally. I can't speak for everybody else. Schmidt had Hill as our fourth and fifth DPs, but yeah. Well, you better go play pickleball then, dude. Yeah, Li, I do. You know what? I do remember you saying that. You said that Schmidt would be the breakout starting pitcher, and he's going above expectations. So he's on an absolute roll. So yeah, absolutely, Joel. I mean, that was a great outing by Clark Schmidt. Great outing by Clark Schmidt. So I'll take that. I will take that. And then you had Victor Gonzalez come out and close out in the ninth, so gave the bullpen a much needed rest. Going for the white. Need to keep this. Boone did well. Yeah. I mean, he did most definitely. Donnie Clark, what's going on, man? What's going on? Yeah, I wouldn't mind the Yankees getting a left-handed relief pitcher. I know there's been a lot of names that's been mentioned. So I know you got a couple of names in mind there, Li. Today was the day I hope it wouldn't rain, but yeah, you should go play indoor. I don't know what you're doing. You're slacking. Stop slacking. But yeah, thanks for that, Jonathan. Looks like I have 11 likes. So, folks, make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. Share this out with anybody you know. I have super chats available. You could buy a coffee. You could become a member of the channel. Any support is greatly appreciated, and I appreciate you all tuning in. I always have a fun time interacting with all of you and doing these live streams. So the Twins are, yeah. True. Yep. Absolutely, there can. Yeah, positive vibes, man. Positive vibes. Nothing but positive vibes. The Yankees won today. For all my hockey fans, the New York Rangers play tonight. Let's hope the Rangers can close out against the Hurricanes. It'll be a good day for New York. So yeah, we shouldn't underestimate. I mean, we shouldn't underestimate any team. We have to approach every team the same, right? You cannot underestimate the White Sox. And I'm gonna look at their record just out of curiosity. I mean, they're in last place in the division, right? In the AL Central, they got a 14-30 record. Now, with that record, I would say the Yankees should sweep the Chicago White Sox, but you never know, right? We'll just have to see. We'll just have to wait and see what happens. That's funny. That's right. Let's go, Rangers. Yeah. Thus far, the only pitcher to handle the Orioles has been Luis Hill. I mean, he went out there and outdueled Corbin Burns, right? I don't think anybody really expected that. Luis Hill's been on fire this season too. He's been playing extremely well. So, I have, again, with this starting rotation, I have no complaints. I mean, Hill's been absolutely killing it. So is Clark Schmidt. I mean, those have been your two best pitchers in the rotation. Yeah, I mean, look, I had all the confidence in the world that Luis Hill was going to pitch very well in this rotation. I know some folks were upset that Will Warren didn't get that job, but let's be honest. Hill pitched a lot better than Warren did in spring training, and he got the job, and rightfully so. He deserved it. Damian Serrano, what's going on, bro? What's going on? You out there driving, man? What are you up to? Let me know, bro. If you want to come up, man, let me know. Yeah, Judge is up to 262 average now. Yeah, a lot better than where he was a month ago. So 262, that is big progress. He has, improved greatly with that batting average. I mean, I'll take 262. I will take that. Not scared of Baltimore at all. Yankees showing how great this. Oh yeah. Send me a link home in 5 minutes before my. All right, I got you, bro. Here, I'll send it to you. I will send it to you. Hold on. I got you, bro. Oh, you wanted Will Warren. I understand, Donnie. I understand. There was a few fans that wanted Will Warren, but it didn't happen. Because again, Luis Hill pitched better than Will Warren did. So, sorry, I'm just trying to send this text here. Here we go. Yo, Damien, I sent it. So, hey, FL Diver. Long time no see, man. Well, I miss seeing you around. How are you, sir? I hope everything is well with you. Yeah, Hill won it fair and square, like you said. And Hill beat Warren out. Yeah, it's that simple. Twins we just swept. We're coming off of 6 consecutive series wins, included 12. Yeah, I mean that was one of the things that I was pointing out, earlier, right? In a video I released, They were on a 12-game winning streak. They were hot at one point, right? They were hot, and they were winning, like you said, 6 consecutive series wins. But the Yankee. I was wondering how the Yankees were going to do against them because this is a much improved team, and the Yankees said, "Nope, we're going to sweep you," and that's exactly what they did. That's exactly what they did. And I'm glad you're feeling better there, FL Diver. I'm glad you're feeling better, man. Hey, what's up, Josh? Yeah, great game and nice sweep. I think you meant to say sweep there of the Twins. Yeah, 100%, man. I'll take a sweep. Well, like I said, they're done with Minnesota. The Minnesota series is over. Hopefully, you all are happy with this win. And now they're gonna go back to New York, go back to the Bronx, and they're gonna play against the Chicago White Sox, who are gonna be flying into, who are gonna be coming into town. So, like I said, they should sweep the White Sox, but you never know. That whole outfield, man. That center fielder, especially, definitely. But the outfield, it's been bad. Like that left fielder, I thought he was gonna catch that ball. I thought he was gonna catch that ball that Gleyber Torres hit, but then he dropped it. They ruled that one a hit. Surprisingly, I thought they would have ruled it an error. But maybe I'm missing something. Yeah, Judge is just a doubles machine. So 5 doubles in 2 games. I mean, jeez. Yeah, take each series as they come. Absolutely. You got to take each series as they come. So you do. Oh, he lost it in this. Okay, I got you. Okay, I guess I didn't think about that, but yeah, I thought that ball was caught. I thought at one point Gleyber, that ball was gone, but then when I saw how the left fielder was reacting to it, I was like, okay, he's probably going to be out, and he dropped it. I'm like, oh, well, cool, all right, I'll take it. Yeah, I appreciate it. Yeah, you never want to underestimate your opponent. Yeah, that was something I was talking about earlier on the morning live stream that I did. Yeah, you never want to underestimate your opponent, because if the second you do, they're going to surprise you, right? Margot, because the player in games one. I see. Okay, I got you. I got you there, Joel. But I'm looking at this. I'm looking at the upcoming games against the Chicago White Sox, at least for the pitching matchups. So tomorrow's game is going to be Mike Clevenger versus Nestor Cortes. So Nestor Cortes will open up the series against the Chicago White Sox. And then you have on Saturday, Luis Hill's going to be on the mound against Brad Keller. And then on Sunday, it's going to be Carlos Rodon versus Chris Flexen. So you have Nestor, Hill, and Rodon in the White Sox series. How do you all feel about that? I know Nestor's been a little bit of a question mark, right? But he's pitching in the Bronx, so hopefully he has a much better outing. He does pitch better in New York, in the Bronx, better than he does away from the Bronx. But you all let me know what you think. Speaking of Gleyber, can the fans get off his back? Yeah, I'm not. I know he gets a lot of grief. I'm I'm laying off of him. So, but I know other fans are not going to get off his back. They're always going to bust his chops. You like that rotation against the White Sox? Yeah, he's been waking up. I mean, he's been hitting well. So, let's give Gleyber Torres some credit here. He's been hitting extremely well. So, let's hope it continues. Yeah, like I said, the Yankees should sweep the White Sox, but never underestimate your opponent, right? It's like I said, it's gonna be another fun series. So we'll see what happens. What's the huge Yankees news there, Sunil? And I got my man Damien in the back. You ready to go, bro? All right, my guy, I got you. Hold on, let me set this up. What's up, man?
What's going on, man?
None, bro. I'm just like loving this sweep, man.
I'm loving it.
Yeah.
Loving it. You know what they say, death taxes and the Yankees whoop on the Minnesota Twins, right?
You've been saying it.
Here we go. I just want to shout out FL Diva, Stephen B, Sunil, of course, in the chat. Man, anybody else I missed, I apologize. But hello to everybody in the chat.
Yeah. No doubt, man. Appreciate you coming on. But yeah, who has impressed you in this series from the Yankees, man? Like, who do you
Other
got?
than Judge?
Other than Judge, I know, right?
All right.
I know, right?
Mean, he's the biggest standout of them all. But man, shame on anybody who ever doubted Judge number one.
Oh my God!
Besides, I know. But besides Judge, it's got to be Clark Schmidt. I mean, the guy who went 8 innings, ERA is now down to 2.49, leads the team, I believe, now in ERA. So it's got to be the entire pitching staff. We gave up 1 run in 3 games.
I know.
So the shout out to the entire Yankee pitching staff, bullpen, starters, up and down. Luke Weaver looking as impressive as ever. Definitely taking over that Michael King role. We wondered who that was going to be. Some thought it was going to be what's his name, Johnny Loizaga. Obviously, we really couldn't count on him because of his injury history. So Luke Weaver stepped up, and for $2.1 million, what more can you really ask for? I mean, the guy's been nails. Borderline pushing for an all-star as a relief pitcher.
Oh, I agree. I agree with you on that one, man. Luke Weaver, I remember when the Yankees signed him, some fans were just like, for real, like Luke Weaver, like, it's not a World Series move. What are the Yankees doing? Personally, I had confidence in him.
So did I.
Yeah.
Especially after what he showed towards the end of last season.
Mm-hmm.
Working with Cole, changing his grip. Obviously, he changed his stride also on his pitch release. The guy kind of has the same stride. Joe, what's up, brother?
Joey from The Shift.
Yes, sir.
Man, I'm going to try and do a Joe impression, but it's like, the Yankees sweep, man. The Yankees sweep.
Are you kidding me? Listen, shout out to Joe. Absolutely. Shout out to Joe.
My guy.
Yes, please do. One of the greatest content creators out there, man. Show him some love.
Yeah.
Love his energy. Nobody has energy like Joe. I'll tell you that much.
Facts.
But listen, Luke Weaver kind of has that Yamamoto stride to him. Changed his whole kick on his delivery. So that changed the whole ball game for him. So listen, up and down. Like I've been saying, Yankees lost 3 out of 4 from Baltimore. Offense was not where it is now. So I believe, and many people this is only my opinion, and my opinion only, but I do believe we match up and we're better than Baltimore at this point. I believe our pitching staff is better. Definitely our bullpen is better. And now the offense is rolling. And to have Judge and Soto, and Judge being Judge, and Stanton being Stanton. I mean, let's not forget what Stanton's been doing so far this year, especially with runners in scoring position. I believe this team, even though we lost those 3 out of 4, I believe this team can definitely go head-to-head with Baltimore, no doubt about it.
Yeah, I think it was just a slump, man. And, Look, Baltimore is a good team, right? We can't.
They are. Not taking anything away. Yeah.
Yeah. they got a young, dynamic team, and their farm system. I mean, they got plenty of young guys that are coming up. I mean, their future is looking good, right?
Right. Yeah.
But I think I think you were on the space with me there earlier today. But, I asked that question the next time the Yankees and Orioles meet up, is it going to be different?
Yeah.
I think this is a whole different Yankees team as of right now from where they were a month ago. I think this is a different attitude. Things seem to be clicking. So
yeah, absolutely. And mind you, that game, those 3 out of 4, there was only one game that we were blown out. That was the Rodon start.
Yeah.
But besides that, those were all tight games. And we lost those games because of the offense. I mean, Grayson Rodriguez beat us, and Grayson did not look good at all in that game. He could not control his fastball. And why the Yankees weren't just sitting on off speed that game, I don't know. Because if they really wanted to, they could have just sat off speed and demolished the kid. So Bradish looked good, and I'm not taking anything away from Bradish.
Mm-hmm.
But I think we match up with them extremely well. And I don't think, a lot of people put Baltimore as a juggernaut. But to me, you have to win at least one postseason game or at least move on to the next round in order to see yourself top echelon of anything, which they haven't proved yet.
Oh, yeah. And, the thing is, last year they absolutely killed it, right? Like you saw how well they played. I mean, many of us thought they were going to go to the World Series. Didn't happen.
Didn't get out the first round.
Yeah, they were out the first round because, teams started getting hot, right? Other teams were starting to get hot. And when that happens and you go into the postseason, usually those teams will perform well. And the Orioles just didn't show up. I mean, that's what it boiled down to,
And those games weren't close either. I mean, Texas handled those guys handily. So,
yeah.
Again, not taking anything away from them, but this hype around Baltimore where everybody's got them as a juggernaut and running away with things, I think that's a little overhyped at this point. They got to show that they can at least win a postseason game to do anything. So at this point, I think we're pretty evenly matched with those guys.
Yeah, I mean, it's just tread slowly on that, right? I mean, baseball is a long season. You don't know what's going to happen. Exactly. I mean, you could predict what could happen, but you don't know. You just truly don't know. I want to ask you something. Did you hear about the Jack Curry thing with Juan Soto?
Yeah, I definitely did. And listen, anybody thinks Juan Soto is going anywhere, y'all are crazy because Hal Steinbrenner, when he says things, it's for a reason, especially when it comes to a player like Juan Soto. And for him to come out and say this is a unique situation, he's a unique player, him coming out and saying, listen, I don't give extensions, during the middle of the season, but I'm willing to have talks, at least 1 to 2 talks. That means he's talking to Boris also. And 100%. That means that they are absolutely talking. And let's not forget how Boris face planted this offseason. So in order for Boris to get confidence back from the people under him, his players that are signed under him, he's going to need to make a big move before his guys go to free agency in this offseason. So what bigger splash than to get Juan Soto, the biggest position player contract in MLB history, during the middle of that season to gear up for himself and his other representatives during the offseason. So listen, don't be shocked if come All-Star break, there's a deal done. Because obviously you got a week off right there, plenty of time to talk during that week. Soto loves it here. Yankees love him. It's a match made in heaven. And I would, like I said, for him to say he wants to have Soto and pinstripes for the rest of his career, that says so much out of Hal Steinbrenner because he doesn't talk like that.
Yeah, I mean, bro, again, you hit the nail on the head. Everything that I'm thinking, you're spitting it out. So yeah, no, 100%. And and Scott Boras is open to the conversation. Yeah. He said it because him and the Yankees have a good relationship. He likes the Yankees.
They do. We have a lot of Scott Boras guys on the Yankees right now.
Yeah, Rodon is one, right?
Yeah, Rodon's one.
Soto, obviously.
Soto is another one. Obviously, there's somebody else that's a Scott. There's a couple other Scott Boras guys on the team. I forget. Can't necessarily put my finger on who, but we got a couple of them. We've always done business with Scott. So, and a lot of people talk about the Mets, but what a lot of people don't realize, not only do I think that he's not going to go there strictly because who the Mets organization is, but people forget that Cohen and the GM, they don't get along with Boris, and Boris doesn't get along with them, and that's on record. So, which is a big reason why probably Pete Alonso won't be a Met next season. I mean, let's face it, Pete Alonso might not be a Met come All-Star break, come the trade deadline. So here we go.
It's going to be all interesting, man. If they could get a deal done with Soto during the season,
oh man,
and I'd be so happy with that. And I'm sure those talks are happening. Boris needs to redeem himself because
he does.
Jordan Montgomery fired him. He got fired. Jordan Montgomery went, yo, you know what? You messed me up. I'm out. Like I'm done with you. So Boris better. He got humbled this offseason.
Think of what his clients are thinking right now, looking at Blake Snell and Jordan Montgomery and their starts to their seasons. They're both having terrible starts. One is on the IL. The other one has an ERA over 5. And why? More than likely because they sat out the entire spring. So he's got to redeem himself. And not only that, but for his other clients that are under his umbrella to have confidence that he's going to be able to do the job that he's done for so many years. So we'll see.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Like I said, you're everything that I'm thinking, you're spitting out. So
I got
you're killing it, bro. You're killing it.
I got you, brother. I got you.
Yeah. So, and Ken is saying here, remember, Boris has a lot of big free agents coming available at the end of the season. He can't afford to screw the pooch 2 seasons in a row.
Exactly.
I mean, yeah, he can't. And is this for real? Pete Alonso's being shopped to the Cubs?
I wouldn't doubt it. I mean, there's always been rumors of that. You know what I mean? Always been rumors of that. So, Cohen put out a tweet. It was either today or yesterday that he removed really quick, basically saying that there's going to be a free for all when it comes to the Mets players come trade deadline. He tweeted it out and then he removed it immediately.
Deleted it. Yeah, I saw that.
So don't be shocked if Pete ends up in on the north side of Chicago.
Yeah, no doubt, man. It'll be interesting, man, because the Mets are going to be sellers. The Marlins are going to be sellers because they already said, we're not making the playoffs.
They already started selling.
Yeah. They traded away Arias, right, to the Padres. Some folks in the chat were talking about Tanner Scott. Maybe the Yankees can go after him. I wouldn't mind going after him.
I'd like any one of their lefties, whether it's Narni, whether it's Scott, or whether it's Puck. So any one of those guys out the pen is huge. So I take any one of them. Any one of those guys I'll take. Yeah,
Yankees moves they're going to happen. It'll be interesting to see what they do at the trade deadline. And some of these players that are going to be coming back, right? LeMahieu is going to start playing right at the minor leagues. Jason Dominguez, after he's done with his rehab assignment, he's going to go to AAA. Peraza's been playing well. I don't know. I know we've said that the Yankees are probably going to trade Peraza, but I don't.
They might keep him. They might keep him.
They might. We don't
because
know.
You might run into a situation next offseason where you have 2 guys battling for second base. You have Peraza and you have Vivas. So you can have a competition just like you did with Volpe and Peraza at shortstop. It could be at second base next season with Peraza and Vivas. So Peraza might not go anywhere.
Yeah. I mean, they could, and, Peraza, I don't know if you remember, but Peraza played second base on the last game of the season against the Royals. And I felt like, okay, this could be like a test right now. Like, maybe they were just trying him out. Maybe he starts second base next year. Who knows?
Absolutely. I mean, the guy's got 3 home runs already in his rehab assignments. So, mind you, obviously it's single A at this point. But, don't be surprised if Peraza's actually in the fold. And just imagine, up the middle, Peraza and Volpe, defensively, where are you going to get the ball by them? I mean, defensively, those guys are amazing. So,
yeah, and you got, Oswaldo Cabrera has been playing well at third base, and you got Rizzo playing first base. Rizzo's looking like Rizzo again at first base.
Absolutely.
I don't know what was happening in those other games, but it is what it is. And then I want to, before I get to FL Divers comment, because he brought up Caleb Durbin. That's another name.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
Another name that you could see up next year at first base too, assuming they don't bring Rizzo back, is TJ Rumfield.
Yeah, absolutely. TJ Rumfield, definitely.
He's been doing well down there at the minors, man. So Yankees have some options, man.
You got Ben Rice as well.
Ben Rice, yeah, he's another one.
He plays a number of first base as well. Yankees have an influx of catchers. Obviously, I think they got 7 catchers at this point. And so don't be surprised if the trade during the trade deadline, Navarez gets moved. I think Navarez, I think he gets moved for sure. Mm-hmm. And maybe just again, right now, the Yankees to me are a complete team. They're one arm short of a left-hander out the bullpen. So I think that's the move they make during the trade deadline.
That's what I think too. I don't see them going after a starting pitcher. I don't think they really have to.
No, they don't. No,
and they don't need to really go after a bat. They have plenty of bats. I think a bullpen arm at this point.
Yeah, the emergence of Luis Hill allows them not to have to trade for a starting pitcher.
Right.
So, and then obviously, if they decide to send what do you call it, Torres, not Torres, but Nestor to the bullpen, then if anything ever happens, you have a starting pitcher just sitting there in the bullpen ready to go. And then, of course, you got Warren waiting, licking his chops. Mm-hmm. So when it comes to pitching, the Yankees are deep, and we haven't been able to say that in a decade. So no, well, when it came to like starting pitching, the Yankees have had troubles, right? When it came to the bullpen, their bullpen was good. Even in bad years, they weren't too bad. Yeah,
but
exactly.
That was something that historically they've always done very well, was just finding good bullpen arms. But and this comment from Ken real quick, he's saying the Mets don't have a deep farm system. They're going to refortify it with players they move at the deadline.
Yeah. So I mean, that's what's his name specialty. I forget his name. What's the GM's name over there? I forget his name.
Is it Apple?
The one that? No, that's the one that got fired.
I
forget his name. The one that obviously came from the Brewers. But that's his specialty. He builds people's farms, and which is kind of why he left the Brewers in a really good spot, because you've got the Brewers who are playing really good ball, even though they've lost so many. And I agree. FL Diver Lombard absolutely at third base. That kid third base in 3 years, no doubt about it.
So, Li brings this name up a lot, Murakami from Japan. Li, how do you know he'll be a Yankee in the future? Like, has he come out and said that, or I'm just wondering, because I'm not saying I don't want him. It's a possibility. I'm not saying I don't want him.
Scares me a little. Murakami scares me a little bit. His work ethic. Last year he took a huge dive, came in really overweight, didn't look good for like first half of this season. He did turn it around towards the second half, but his work ethic got really questioned. He came in really out of shape. So is he going to be able to handle New York? I don't know. So we'll see.
Stearns.
Yeah, David Stearns. Yeah, there it is. David Stearns. Yeah.
Thank you.
There it is. Thank you a lot.
Thank you, Li. Yeah. But I don't know. I don't know if Murakami is going to play for the Yankees. Who knows where he'll play?
You never know.
And
what's the posting fee going to be? Because again,
what's the posting fee going to be? Also, the Dodgers could be a destination because Freeman is, he's getting up there in age right now.
Oh yeah, absolutely. We got to sign Soto too. What's the posting fee going to be for a guy like Murakami, and what's the contract going to be? Because you got to sign Juan Soto, so you got to kind of keep the cost low with these young players like Volpe, like a Peraza, players like that. You're gonna have to even it out. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah, and what do you call it? Ken is saying that the Cardinals have a real need for a catcher, which, they are in need. Maybe the Yankees shop one of their catchers because they have a plethora of catchers on their farm system.
About seven right now. So it's crazy.
It's insane. But for the record, I do want to say this because there was a Sports Illustrated article. Yeah. I do not want Nolan Arenado. I'm sorry.
No, neither do I.
I don't want. I don't think he's a bad player. I think he's great. I like Nolan Arenado. I saw that dude play here, right, when he was playing for the Rockies.
Yeah.
I loved watching him play. You know, if it was back in 2018, I would have been like, go after him. You know,
Nolan Arenado 4 or 5 years ago, yes. Nolan Arenado now with his back issues, no, thank you.
No, thank you. Yeah, I do not want Nolan Arenado. That article mentioned the pitcher from the Cardinals. I wouldn't mind having him. I'd have to look his name up again.
Yeah,
but there's a pitcher that they mentioned. I like I said, I wouldn't mind mention him. And Sunil saying, oh boy, here we go. Getting any Japanese players. Even Yamamoto said he wanted to be a New York Yankee, but
I wouldn't say that. You know what I mean? I don't know if any are gonna not come here because we're on the East Coast, because you know we obviously do have a history of Japanese players coming here.
Mm-hmm.
But Sasaki, I don't believe so. So you know, I think that's a pipe dream at this point. But you know, we'll see what happens. You never know. You know, somebody might say, you know what, I want to make a name for myself and show you guys that we can play on the East Coast like Matsui did. So you know, you never know.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, you know, if the Yankees don't get Murakami, I mean, they have Brumfield, right? They could bring back Rizzo. You know, would I be surprised if they brought back Rizzo? No, I wouldn't be.
He has a team option, so you never know.
Yeah, it's a team option, so the Yankees could decide to bring him back. So, you know, it'll be interesting. I wouldn't mind seeing Rizzo back. I like Anthony Rizzo.
If Rizzo continues to play at the level he's playing at right now and not much of a fall off, then no, I don't mind seeing Rizzo come back for one more season.
Right. And see, Ken is also agreeing. Like, he's saying Arenado's a fantastic defensive third baseman, but not sure if Hal wants to take on that contract. I know Donnie was talking about maybe the Cardinals paying some of that contract, but I doubt they will do that.
And
get rid of it.
To me, I don't even think it's really about the contract. I think it's really about the player and where the player's at in his time of his career. Again, you know, Arenado 4 or 5 years ago, is there even a question? Absolutely not. But Arenado now, that's a questionable. Yeah, Augustin's a monster.
Yeah, dude. No, and like I said, I like Arenado, but I don't want the Yankees to. I don't want the Yankees to go after him. You know, there's no need.
He's got a back problem, and on the hot corner like that, that's gonna bark when we probably need him the most.
Yeah, no doubt. And LI saying, I think Rizzo's team option gets picked up, restructured to a 2-year, $22 million deal.
Possibly. If he's willing to take, you know, that big of a pay cut, yeah.
To remain with the team. And honestly, I could see Judge kind of being an influence there, because he looks at Rizzo as like a role model, and you know, you see those two guys in the dugout, man. There's a good chemistry between those guys.
Rizzo's leadership goes unseen, so it's not just about who he is as a player, but who he is as a leader in that locker room. So listen, just for that alone, they might say, we'll pick up your option.
Yeah. You know, again, we'll wait and see,
only
man.
Time will tell.
Yeah, only time will tell. And you know, to Ken's point, you know, a large number of Japanese players stay West Coast, and it's for them, it's closer to home. You know, it's closer to Japan, so that's their preference. I mean, Yamamoto, I think Ohtani was the bigger effect there. I mean,
absolutely.
You know, Ohtani wanted to stay west because it's closer to Japan. You know, Yamamoto wanted to, you know, play with his best friend, but also he's closer to Japan. You know, you saw the closer the pitcher that the Padres signed.
Matsui,
you're right, Yuki Matsui. You know, he's another one. And listen, look, if they want to go play in the West Coast, fine.
Yeah, but then you got other players like Imanaga, who went to the Cubs. Then you got players like what's his name from the Mets? I forget his name. Lord, what's his name? Senga. You got Senga, who went to the Mets. So you know, I think at this point it's a preference, and obviously dollars speak. So you know, how many teams really whiffed on Imanaga, including myself. I was down on him. I didn't think he would play, and the guy has been, he's been better than Yamamoto.
Yeah.
So who would have known, right?
I wanted Imanaga. Like when the Yankees didn't sign when the Yankees didn't sign Yamamoto, I was like, dude, they should go after Imanaga. A lot of fans I was getting a lot of resistance, because people were saying, "Oh, the high fly ball rate," and that would be great. But look at what he's doing with the Cubs.
The guy's stuff is, it's nasty. It's electric. You know what I noticed too? I watched him pitch a couple times. He hides the ball so well that players can't pick up on him.
Yeah, Ken's comment.
Yeah. He is, Ken. He's going to go pay his bookie.
Yeah, but again, look, man. Besides, if Japanese players want to go play West Coast, let them go play West Coast. It's
absolutely.
Imanaga's playing with the Cubs. I would have loved if the Yankees, went after him, but they didn't. But I'm just like, hey, if they don't go after Japanese players, man, just go get them boys from the Dominican Republic. Let's go get let's go get the Latino players.
There's plenty of good players to go around. So.
Oh yeah, and the Yankees have a lot of international money tied up to some of these players. So just talking with Dane, it sounds like there's a lot of talent coming up.
A lot of talent. They signed I can't believe this. They signed a 12-year-old kid. They gave him $7 million. 12-year-old. The Yankees gave a 12-year-old kid $7 million. Oh my God!
Yeah,
and he's got papers, so he's really 12. So it's crazy.
Yeah, here comes some of the Ohtani jokes. And he paid for that trip. Joel is saying Ohtani's setting up an account for his interpreter in the Bahamas, so when he gets out of jail for taking the blame, he'll be all set. Oh my God!
Oh, he's set for life. Believe you me. Ipe is good. He's good. He doesn't have to worry about a single thing for the rest of his life once he gets out the Fed. I promise you that.
Yeah, that guy, you don't have to worry about a freaking thing, man. But yeah, that 12-year-old kid that you're talking about, $7 million. I'll pretend to be his uncle so he could, loan some of that, give some of that money to me. But
seriously. Oh my God, he can come stay at the house if he wants. Lord have mercy.
Yeah. Right.
Lord have mercy.
And Jonathan's saying 12-year-old can't sign with the MLB team. 16 is the minimum. But he's
according to Dane said the Yankees gave this kid $7 million. So
yeah. All right, talk to Dane then. He knows more about that stuff than I do. But to a 12-year-old kid, that's crazy. That's just crazy. And then was this the kid? Yeah, there was another player that he was talking about. I don't think it's the 12-year-old player, but there was another player that the Yankees have international money tied up to. He plays like the infield. He's a pitcher. He also plays the outfield. He plays multiple positions. And
there's a catcher that does that. One of the catchers. He's a catcher, infielder, and outfielder. He plays pretty much almost every position on the diamond.
Yeah. Yeah,
the Yankees have done very well when it comes to international signings. The best in MLB, and that's not opinion, that's fact. That's not only from our opinions, but that's also opinions of other executives in the league. So where the Yankees have not done well as far as the actual draft, when it comes to the international pool, they've done better than anybody else in the league, which is why it's going to kind of suck for us when they do go to a draft for the international players.
Yeah, no, 100, yeah, 100%, definitely, man. So, and to Ken's point here, he's saying, he thinks in Japan the Yankees lack World Series championship in recent years, and is taken away from the prestige of playing in New York. Yeah, I mean, 15 years not winning a World Series, it could take the attraction away.
Okay, I think the biggest thing was Ohtani. Ohtani was the biggest lure for Japanese players to come to LA. You're playing with the best player out of Japan ever, and that's gonna lure them along. Especially with the Dodgers, they're not afraid to spend money either. So
no, they're not. I mean, clearly they're not. I mean, look, I know we give Ohtani a lot of grief, but he's a generational player in his own right. He is a generational player. We can't take away the kind of talent that he has. He's an incredible player.
Yeah, I mean, right now he's 346, 12 home runs.
Yeah.
OPS, one dying on his OPS. I'm not sure where he's at the RBIs, but he's the best hitter in the National League right now. So
Yeah.
And all thanks to Ipe.
Yeah, no doubt, man. So yeah, no, I mean he's killing it, right? And that's fine. I'm not gonna hate on him. Even when he was with the Angels, I was just like, this dude's he's one of a kind. He's a rare player.
Yes.
But the Yankees have Juan Soto, so
exactly.
And I know I know Juan Soto as of late he's been in a little bit of a slump, but I'm not worried about it.
No, neither am I.
I don't hear fans talking about, oh, Juan Soto's in a slump. Like
they better not. They better not. Yeah. Just stop it. I want no booze for Soto. I even though I don't think so because the guys just love in New York. But listen, Juan Soto's slump is a 274 average. That's kind of crazy. That's what he's hitting during this kind of slump he's going through right now. And he's still walking at a high clip. So listen, those two are going to click. And I'm really looking forward to the Chicago series. Judge being as hot as he is. And I think we're about to see this weekend, because Soto's not going to stay in the slump very long.
No.
So this weekend, I'm predicting Soto and Judge, they're about to go off this weekend, especially against the Chicago White Sox.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. And, I was going to say I think they should sweep Chicago, but I don't like to underestimate opponents. They should sweep Chicago. I mean, they're in last place in the AL Central. They have a 14-30 record or 14-31.
Yeah, 14-30, I believe.
14-30, yeah. And, Ken's saying we need to bench Soto and bring up Dominguez. Nah.
There it is, Ken. Absolutely.
Yeah, no doubt. But
I don't know if he's going to win the American League MVP. Judge might have something to say about that. The way Judge is playing right now. Listen, I've seen, and we've all seen Judge go on tears. Mm-hmm. But what he's been doing lately, it's impressive. I mean, to say the least. The game that he had last night, the game he had today, I mean, he's roping these balls everywhere. Listen, Judge might have something to say about that MVP.
Yeah, no, Judge. Listen, it was just hilarious that all these fans were, Judge was washed and he's not the guy. This is Soto's team now.
Shameful.
Bench Judge for a while. I said to rest the guy, right? Maybe to give the guy a rest day or something because he's going through that slump, maybe help him recover mentally. But this whole thing of writing Judge off, it just kind of goes to show that some of the fan base, man, I'm just like, you guys, some of you fans are.
You got to be loyal. You got to be loyal, especially to players like Judge, players like Soto. You have to be loyal. And listen, Judge has never had a great April. Never in his career. He's been notoriously not a great player in April. Let's just call it what it is. So, and after April, for whatever reason, maybe the weather warms up, he starts loosening up, and he's just starting to see the ball a lot better. He made a slight tweak in his stance. He closed it up a little bit, and that's helped him get to that fastball a lot sooner. But anybody that questions Judge, man, shame on you. That was just that's terrible.
It's kind of the same thing when they were booing Derek Jeter, man. It's like, shame on you guys.
Yeah.
Shame on you guys. But Ken was joking about Boone. So Ken put up this comment that Soto slump is Boone's fault, fire Boone. Ken's a funny dude.
Ken's just messing.
Ken's just messing around there, LI. Nobody's blaming Boone for anything. Boone's actually doing a fine job. So
yes, he is. Boone's doing all right. Boone's last couple of weeks. I haven't had to put out a Boone rant in the last couple of weeks. So he had a little bit of a stumble during the Brewers in that week itself. But it is what it is. Managers are human too. I'm a human. I make mistakes. Boone makes mistakes. And but listen, the team's on a roll. And at the end of the day, listen, this could be Boone's walk year. Maybe not. You never know. So, Boone, just like all these other players, has a lot to prove to himself, to this organization. Somebody who's been the manager of the Yankees this long has never not made it to the World Series. He's the longest tenure manager to not make the World Series, not win it, but to make an appearance to it. So he's got a lot to prove also.
Yeah, and did the Yankees make the World Series under Buck Showalter? Now that I'm thinking about it. Oh, they did? Okay.
Well, no, because it's I want to say the longest tenured manager that's managed 4 or 5 years or more. I want to say,
right.
yeah,
All right.
yeah. So
Yeah. I mean, look, I hope Boone's doing a good job, right?
yeah,
He makes mistakes every now and again, sure.
yeah.
In the beginning of his manager career, yeah, he was making some questionable decisions, right? I'm not going to deny that. Last year was just an absolute crapshoot.
Yeah, I don't
So,
blame last year or him at all. What is he
yeah,
going to do? I mean,
yeah,
look what they gave him to work with. So what are you going to do about that?
yeah,
But there's no excuses this year. He's got everything he needs, everything he wants. Boone at the end of the day just has to make sure he manages the bullpen correctly. I mean, after what he did in against Milwaukee, and then followed up by throwing Clay out there as many times as he has, going against everything he said the reason was for not putting Clay out there is his only blunder so far this year. He kind of went back on what he said. But other than that, Boone is done just fine. Obviously, the players respond to him. Anytime you have Aaron Judge that has your back, you have job security for the most part. So, we'll see what happens with Boone. But, Boone so far, I'd give him a B plus.
yeah, and that's the thing, man. It's just, and we could criticize Boone all we want. We can like Boone all we want. At
Yeah.
the end of the day, when you have guys like Cole and Judge backing Boone,
Yeah.
our opinions don't matter.
Nope.
You know,
Only theirs do. Only theirs do.
Yeah,
Only theirs do.
yeah. I mean, I know Cole is not really the co-captain, but to us,
Might as well be.
Might
he might as well be.
He's a voice in that. He's a voice on that team,
especially for that pitching staff.
Yeah. Oh, 100%. As long as he has their backing, again, our opinions, it doesn't matter.
And it looks like he has a good relationship with Soto as well. So we'll see.
Oh yeah, him and Soto seem to be getting along well. Boone has a good relationship with players. I'll give him that.
He does.
He does know how to communicate with the players, and and I'm sure with those guys, man, there's a lot of different egos and personalities. I can only imagine with these athletes, man. Yeah. But it seems like there's quite a good chemistry there, and you want that. And Ken is saying if you look at Boone's metrics, he has the 6th highest win percentage of all Yankees managers. So,
and that's in a regular season. That's my problem with Boone. This is the regular season.
But this is the best team he's ever managed. Yeah,
this is the best team he's had. I would say this is probably the best team he's had so far in his tenure. He's had some really good teams though. But at the end of the day, when we're talking about the Yankees, obviously we talk about championships. So, and that's what matters to this organization more than anything. So, and that's where Boone has fallen short is championships. He's never made it to one. He's got to make it to one, at least one. So we'll see what happens though. I mean, listen, Boone has done fine this year. I'll take nothing away from him so far. He's made a couple of blunders, but what manager hasn't at this point?
Right. And I think also too, because Donnie brings up Brad Ausmus. I think he's been a factor in that dugout too, having him as the as one of the coaches. Yeah. So I think him and Boone, they balance each other out, and I think the players are responding well. And nosebleed section is saying the same thing. Verdugo likes the way Boone backs his guys.
Loves it.
Yeah, he loves it. And I think if the Yankees win a World Series, I can see them bringing him back.
Yeah, the Yankees win, they'll pick up his because he has an option, but it's a team option.
Yeah.
So if the Yankees even make it there, let's say as far even as the AL championship, then I think they bring him back. But AL championship series, I don't even think he has to even make it to the World Series itself. Now the fan base is going to want that, but as long as Boone at least makes it to the ALCS, I think they bring him back.
Yeah,
anything short of that, they don't.
And you're right. And if they don't, if they don't make the playoffs, Boone's out. Like he's gone. But he's gone. I think that's the only way he gets fired. I feel like if they don't go beyond the ALDS or the wild card, depending on how they finish out, I could.
He's got to make the ALCS. He has to make the ALCS.
Absolutely has to.
If he doesn't, then he's gone. He's gone if he doesn't. Barring any crazy injuries barring anything like that, if he doesn't make the ALCS, then Boone won't be here next year.
Yeah. And few folks are talking about Juan Soto's contract, and this guy Bobby Malone, who's on X or Twitter, whatever you want to call it, he said if Hal offered 12 for 560, he can't see Soto saying no. And that's about a little over 46 million. But personally, I see Soto getting paid 50 million AAV, man.
It might take that, but you know what? What do you do when you have that much money sitting in front of your face? For a guy who really doesn't care about money, I mean, let's face it, at this point, his age, does money even matter to him? Probably not. I think with Soto, a lot of it's going to be fit and how he feels about the team, the organization. And, there's one thing that no player can say about the Yankees is that the Yankees organization, when it comes to their players, there's no other organization like it. They take care of their players more than just about any organization upper echelon in the league. So you look at what they did this offseason with their clubhouse. Obviously, doesn't make a difference to us fans, but it makes a huge difference to the players. Adding the sleep spot, new cafe, new cafeteria, new this, new that. So those are things that go a long way with players. So I think possibly if they do offer him a 12 for 560, can Soto really turn that type of money down? I don't know. Kind of like Giancarlo Stanton when he came off his MVP. He told the Miami Marlins, he said, they gave him the contract. He said, don't give that to me. He goes, because I'm going to have to take it. I really don't want to be here. But if you give that contract to me, I can't say no. And he became a Marlin and then got traded to the Yankees. So can you say no to that? I don't know if you can. I don't know. I know I couldn't. So
with that much money offered to me, I don't know how I can say, I don't know how you can say no, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
And LI is saying he would offer 16 years, 20 million, 45 million per year with incentives for Juan Soto.
I'm not giving Juan Soto 16 years.
I'm good on that.
That's bringing him to the age of 41.
Yeah.
No, I'm not giving him 16 years. I give him 12 and very comfortably. 400 million is a little low. That's what the Nats offered. Yeah. Then they offered him 440. He turned that down. And a lot of that was deferred money. He obviously wanted upfront money. So I think 12 years, 560 can get it done.
Yeah, I mean, 12 years, 560. I mean, again, just a little over $46 million. I would do that. I mean, I guess if I'm Soto, I would take that deal. But does Juan Soto himself take that deal? That's the question.
Does Boris say take? A lot of it's going to depend on Boris too. Is Boris going to push him and say, listen, you love it here, you're winning here. Do you really want to attempt to go anywhere else? How can you say no? I mean, you're talking about legacy. You're talking about the first ever Dominican-born player to be in Monument Park. Which is on the line, means a lot. His father's a huge Yankee fan. Mm-hmm. So can you turn that down with all that in mind? I don't know.
Yep. Yeah. That's a lot of money. That's
a lot of money.
And FL Diver, I'm with you. That was my original prediction was 600 million for 12 years, which puts him at that 50. And Old Sarge is in the chat. He's saying Damian Soto's straight hitting skills are going to last even if his power doesn't. 14, 15 years, question mark.
Yeah, it could be like a Edgar Martinez. Edgar Martinez was ageless when it came to hitting. I mean, the guy as a DH, nobody, I don't care what age he was, nobody wanted to face Edgar Martinez. Mm-hmm. He was Edgar Martinez, when it came to bat to ball skills, nobody wanted to touch him, kind of like Tony Gwynn. So, Sarge, to your point, that's a possibility.
Yeah, I mean, again, the Yankees are in one of the most interesting positions that I have seen personally. Yeah. You've been a Yankees fan longer than I have, and you've been seeing these guys play way longer than I have, bro. But to me, in my experience of watching these guys, they have this is the most interesting time for them right now.
It is.
They're,
Absolutely.
with Juan Soto, with the play, with some of the reinforcements coming back, where do they play a role? The guys in the minor leagues, like, who do they bring up in the next few years, 5,
Few
10
years,
years.
yeah,
How is this all gonna shape up, man? It's
It's
I don't know,
exciting
man.
times for Yankee baseball, and this is why I warn fans: don't try to dump all your prospects. Yeah, you want to trade some prospects to get what you need, but in order to really build a championship team for not one season, but more than one season for years, then yeah, you got to build within, and the way you build within is through your farm. And so far so good, and kind of like I said before, hopefully the Yankees learn from their past mistakes, and allow their young players to play in the big show, because Yankees let Volpe marinate in the minor leagues instead of giving him that shot next season. Is Volpe the same player in a couple years if they ended up just holding him down there? Who knows? You never know. So I hope they learn from that, and the Yankees say, listen, we're going to give our young players a chance. We're going to build a good veteran group around them and let these guys learn on the fly in the major leagues.
Yeah, and the team just they need to get younger, man. They do need to get younger. I'm tired. I don't want to say I'm tired of the old guys, but I just don't want it to be a team full of older players. I want that blend, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
And what's up, Uncle Tats? What's going on, bro? How you doing?
Yes, sir. How
Make
sweep
sure
it is, Uncle Tats.
Yeah, how
Absolutely.
sweep it is, bro. Get them brooms
Yes,
out.
sir.
Hopefully everybody
Yes,
got the
sir.
brooms out and started cleaning around the house, got the sweep going. And Ken is saying at this juncture, with actual talent on the field and potential minor leaguers are set to make a run for the next 8 years. Yeah, I mean, if they play their cards right, especially with the minor leaguers, which it looks like they're doing a better job with developing these players. So
Yes.
player development was something, unfortunately, that the Yankees weren't doing a really good job of. But I feel like right now they're doing a good job. I think they've been making a lot of changes there. So
Yeah.
I feel like as an organization, they've made a lot of changes in the offseason, and now we're starting to see it. If I had any negative thing to say about the Yankees is, and this is very minor.
Yeah.
Stop getting into the freaking double plays.
Yeah, I know. And luckily, we didn't see too many in this past series.
Yeah.
So hopefully, they're really working on that. They were in line to break the double play record for all time. So let's hope they don't break that record. Let's hope they break some other type of records. But a big part of that, Judge had a lot of those double plays, and you're not going to see a lot of double plays from Judge anymore. I promise you that. So.
I hope not, man. Yeah, the only person right now on the Yankees that's getting into a lot of double plays is Rizzo. He seems to be getting into him quite a bit, but
that's because he's a snail too. So.
Yeah,
he's such a snail.
Yeah, he is. He is. But that's about the only negative, right? But I'm just obviously I'm obviously joking.
We're nitpicking. It's all right. We can nitpick.
Yeah. But dude, it's look. We'll close it out here soon, but the Yankees are 30-15, right? They're 15 games over 500. This team was nowhere near that last year. It was a complete disaster last year, and it's who's
night and day. No, it's not. If you look at last year's lineup, and you look at OPSs and averages, right? You look at this year's lineup, OPS and averages, it's so night and day. Last year you had OPSs up and down the entire lineup at 600s. This year you're looking at 750s or better. And averages, for those who say average doesn't matter, you're out of your minds. Average absolutely matters.
Absolutely matters.
And yeah, absolutely matters. And that's whether you're old school, new school, I don't care what you are. Average matters. And if you look at the averages compared from this year to last year, again, it's night and day. So the Yankees are in a really good spot. And if you're a Yankee fan, you should be really excited right now.
Yeah, you should be extremely excited because, yeah, this Yankees team is a different story. It's a much different story. And I had all the confidence in the world with this team going into the season, even with a lot of fans having their question marks, even with Garrett Cole being hurt. I was like, no. Give these guys a chance. This is going to be a different team. I had all the confidence. I had all the confidence in the world. So
you have to play the games first. You got to play.
You got to play the games. Now, if if we're looking at May 16th, 2024, if this team was 25-20 or something, right?
Yeah.
All right, there's a little concern, a little bit, but at the same time, I don't know that I would, because again, I hate to keep going back, but the 2009 Yankees, they weren't exactly having a great record around this time of year.
No, they took off.
Yeah,
they took off once Teixeira came back and started doing this thing. They took off.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and Ken is saying, if there's any thoughts about the team, add a left-handed reliever and a legitimate leadoff hitter. So I think. I get behind that. Yeah.
The left-hander reliever, yes. On the leadoff, listen, Volpe's coming off. Volpe's on a 9-game hit streak. I don't see how you can take the kid out of it at this point.
He's been hitting better.
A lot better. I mean,
hopefully it continues.
A lot better. He's raised his OPS. I think it's 780-ish in that area, which is about, I want to say it's about 50 to 60 points higher than league average.
Mm-hmm.
So he's hitting 269. I think it's a little higher after today's game. So if anybody were to say that from last year to this year, looking at Volpe's average, his OPS, if anybody says that they wouldn't sign up for that, you're a liar. Because let's face it, Volpe, well, there was a lot of people saying that, listen, if Volpe gives us 240 this year, we'd be happy. The kid's doing beyond that and actually has an opportunity to hit 300. So I think Volpe, listen, he's earned it. You got to keep rolling out with it. And I was one of those guys that questioned bringing him in the leadoff, but the way he's responded, especially the way he's responded to his slump, you really can't complain with Volpe. He's doing his thing.
Yeah, I'm happy with Volpe. Listen, he's been hitting a lot better. Hopefully he can keep that consistency going at the leadoff spot.
Yeah.
We'll see, right? It's just a matter, it's just a matter of time to what he does. And do you feel that's his ideal position? I think him hitting in the leadoff spot.
Okay. I thought that, Volpe would be the leadoff hitter the second half of the season from the very beginning.
Yeah.
Especially, I definitely thought starting next season he would be the leadoff hitter. So he's a little bit ahead of the schedule at this point. And he brings all the intangibles. He hits for contact now, speed, power, led off today with a home run. So, and obviously the most important thing to me, and that shows that the kid is his mental is where it needs to be, is that no matter what happened, he was nails at shortstop, Gold Glove shortstop all season. No matter if he's hitting in the highs or hitting at his lows, he's been consistent defensively. And if you were to switch that and you think about Gleyber Torres, a person that his defense crumbles because of his offense. His offense crumbles because of his defense. So Volpe brings all the intangibles, and more importantly, he's mentally fit to handle the job.
Yeah, I think he'll be fine. Again, hopefully he continues on that same trajectory as a leadoff guy. I mean, at the time, I still felt they moved him up too soon.
Yeah, a little bit. But hey, what are you gonna do? He's there now. You can't take him out. What are you gonna do?
Yeah.
But listen, I gotta go. My daughter's chorus banquet. Chat. Everybody have a great evening tonight. NFE, always a pleasure. You know that,
Damien, my man. Thanks for coming on, bro. And
of course,
as always, we will do this again. So
absolutely,
anytime.
My man, I appreciate it. Have a good night, guys.
All right, peace out. Peace. And folks, I am going to close this out myself. I appreciate every single one of you for coming on. Thank you to all the Strike Zone members, my new members. Welcome to the crew. Shout out to everybody in the chat that tuned in. Again, I have memberships available. You could buy me a coffee. You could send a super chat. Any support is greatly appreciated. I appreciate everybody's support. You guys have been amazing. That's right. Ken, kick rocks. We always tell people to kick rocks if for any bad reason, right? So, or any good reason. But thank you all so much for coming in. Donnie Clark, FL Diver, great to see you. Ken, always. Sunil, Stephen B. nosebleed section, Cold Italian Pizza, LI. I'm just kind of going down the list of names here. Uncle Tats, you were in here earlier. Shout out to my guy, Uncle Tats. Who else do we have in the chat? Who else? Old Sarge, you were in here earlier. Spinning Mantis was in. Jonathan. If I did not say your name, I do apologize, but thank you all for tuning in. I appreciate your guys' support. We're going to continue doing this, doing these live streams. Be on the lookout for more pre-game and post-games. I'll be on the lookout for videos, for news. So things are good in the Yankees, in Yankees baseball. They're going to continue trending that way. The Yankees are 30-15. They've completed a sweep against the Minnesota Twins, and now they're going back to the Bronx to play against the Chicago White Sox. I'm liking our odds against the Chicago White Sox. We'll talk more about this in the upcoming days, and I will see you all later. Have a good day. Enjoy your evening. Make sure you all tune into the New York Rangers. If you're a hockey fan, let's go New York Rangers. Let's make it another great day in New York, or a great night in New York. Let's hope for a Rangers victory. So I'll see you all later, and we're out.